dead tired, but you know what? I gotta do this review right now. Warrior. All right, now I've heard about Warrior for quite some time. People are calling this like the Rocky of 2011, so I was really interested to see it. Because we all love an underdog story, and it's directed by the guy who directed Miracle, so I was there. So the first thing you see in Warrior is Tom Hardy and Nick Nolte, and you can tell there is some history there. Nick Nolte's Tom Hardy's father, and he's sober now, but you can tell back in the day he was like a really shitty, alcoholic, abusive dad. And then there's Tom Hardy's brother, the main character of the movie, you know, the good guy. I call him the good guy because Tom Hardy, he has a complicated past, but all in all, he's kind of a dick. But the main character, the hero of the movie, is the guy who actually played Owen Lars in Attack of the Clones. And he's a high school teacher. He's really down on his luck. The bank's about to take his house. And so he's like, I used to MMA fight. I need to MMA fight again. And there's this big event. It's like the Super Bowl of MMA. So he's like, I'm going to work towards that. It's like a $5 million cash prize. Who couldn't use that, especially when the bank's about to take your house? Only thing, his brother Tom Hardy, he's also entering that competition. And you can tell Tom Hardy, he has a grudge. He is damaged. He wants to hurt some people. Now, this movie's really well acted and really well written. Like, all the performances are awesome. Like, Tom Hardy was really good. You remember when Tom Hardy was like built like me when he was Picard's clone in Star Trek Nemesis? But it's really interesting because you remember Inception, he was the funny guy, you know, you're like, oh, I like that guy. He's great. In this movie, dude, he's a machine. He doesn't like people. He doesn't want to talk to people. He just wants to punch people and watch them drop. And he does just that. Some of these fights he gets in, dude, you're like, that was so gratifying. I'm actually laughing right now. Yeah, it's like those kind of knockouts. Wonderful to watch. And Nick Nolte was really good in the movie. Every character in this movie where you're like, dude, I sympathize with you, he also has that moment where you're like, dude, you're a dick. And every dick in the movie, you're like, oh man, that was brutal. Why'd you have to show me that? I feel bad for you now. Except for the main guy. He's a good guy all around. You don't hate Rocky and Rocky. He's just good. Other people though, complicated people. And all in all, this movie did the MMA fights really well. Sometimes when someone wins, dude, you want to jump up out of the auditorium chair and you're like, fuck yeah. Other times it's like the first fight in Gladiator where it's like really close, camera shaking everywhere. You're like, I don't know what's happening. People are getting hurt though. And I'm gonna level with you guys. By the end of this movie, you're like, oh man, tears. Stop. Yeah, you want to cry. It's just the way it is. Everyone's been ranting and raving about this movie, and I was like, all right, even if I love this movie, I'm gonna give it one notch down, just because like everyone's gonna just be like, oh, just see it. It's the Oscar winner of the year. I just gotta, you know, fight the system and shit. But I watched the movie and I was like, it's good. Really good, actually. It's like if you took the Darren Aronofsky family issues from Wrestler and mixed them with the Danny Boyle overcoming obstacles celebration of life kind of thing, you'd have Warrior. And any movie where I leave the movie theater and feel like, dude, you know what? Let's go conquer some obstacles. Let's go do something. Let's go ice skate uphill and win. That's something. So I gotta say, Warrior is awesome-tacular. It was a good movie. It was good, it had good characters, it was well acted, well written, it moved me. And yeah, the point of this movie is to overcome obstacles with Owen Lars and his whole situation. You know, he's the good guy, you want to see him succeed, but this movie serves a different purpose, and that is the Bane audition tape. Yeah, after watching this movie, I was like, yes, Batman's in for a bruising. Tom Hardy is gonna beat the living shit out of him. He is hardcore. So your favorite underdog story, what is it? Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more. Official MMA punch right here.